At number 10 we have Project Amber. Project Amber is a very interesting travel channel. It follows Lance and his dog as they take a camper van through a lot of the UK and some of Europe. It's an interesting perspective to see how you can get by on very minimal resources. Now for the most part this is just a regular travel channel, but on one episode he runs into something very strange. He's driving through the woods in France and stops at a place to camp. He's doing a video breakdown and his dog keeps staring at an old locked up well, as if there's someone standing there. Lance is a little freaked out by this but keeps on doing the video. Later when the cameras were off he was approached by a bald woman wearing no shoes walking through the forest. He tries to speak to her but she doesn't communicate, and then she continues walking into the woods. He tries to follow her to see if she's okay, but then she's gone. It's endless woods for miles, so who knows where she could have gone. And then later he sees this.
I'm gonna leave.
The girl's running through the woods alone. Well, this is enough to get Lance freaked out, so he hightails it out of there and heads to a location which is over 50 miles away to leave this creepy mystery forest lady behind. At number 9 we have Mexican Fire Ghost. If you're going for a nice drive through a Mexican forest at night, you know how you casually go on night drives through the woods? Well, this might happen to you. Turns out in the forest of Texcla there is a flaming ghost that wants to eat your soul. Let's have a look. Now that's one of the scariest things I've seen in my whole life. I think I'm gonna have nightmares about that for 30 years. Apparently this ghost had popped up several times before they caught it on video. I don't know if this burning phantom really wants to eat your soul, but there's no way a flaming specter can be good for the environment. Think of the forest fires. Oh. At number 8 we have Yeti. Russian dashcam videos are literally the best thing in the world. They capture everything. You see gunfights, explosions, car crashes, and now footage of a mythical beast walking through the snow. Let's check it out. Imagine seeing that running around in the wild. I would hope that it isn't like eating people because we're like cousins or something. Aren't we related to Yetis? I don't know if they're real. But these guys are super freaked out, obviously, because they just saw something that most people think don't exist. I don't know what they're saying because it's in Russian, but if anyone cracks the code, please leave it in the comments below. By crack the code, I mean if anyone speaks Russian. At number 7 we have strange howling. Canada has endless forests that go on forever in every direction. There could be anything lurking inside them. There's everything from things that are deadly to things that are pure and innocent. And this mystery howling could be either. Based on what I can hear in this video, I'm going to lean towards dangerous. It's unknown what could be making those noises. Some wildlife experts think it could be some sort of large animal, but that kind of behavior is very unusual. There are those videos where cats try to like impersonate dogs, and this could be one of those. Just a different animal like a mountain lion trying to impersonate a wolf or something, or maybe trying to impersonate fear itself. At number 6 we have more howling. It seems like terrifying howling coming from the deep dark woods is a lot more normal than we thought, but it doesn't make it any less scary. We have some more footage from a separate incident in Wisconsin. It's thought that it could be some sort of wounded animal crying out for help. It sounds like it could maybe be a wolf. Let's check it out. That is enough to make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. This video sounds a little bit more animalistic than the last, but what kind of creature could make that noise? If it is a wolf, what could be lurking in the woods that is so powerful and threatening that it could make a wolf cry out in fear like that? At number 5 we have an unexpected guest. You're hiking through the woods and you expect to see some nice birds, maybe a cute family of squirrels, but you forget that there's also a bunch of animals that live in the woods that would gladly eat you.
There's a mountain lion right here.
Holy crap, this guy had one of the top predators in the forest just walking up on him like it was nobody's business. This thing has no fear, and this is a few minutes into the video. This cougar has been following him for a while. He stands his ground and tries to get the beast to flee, and I guess the big boy was a little camera shy because he eventually turns and leaves. This guy got very lucky. I feel like those things don't usually turn and run tail. If they want to come at you, then you are done for. Unless you're this guy who killed a mountain lion with his bare hands.
It really clicked after I hit it in the head with a rock and it still didn't release my wrist. That at that point, more drastic measures were necessary.
At number 4, we have more screaming. Even more screaming. Shay, how many screaming videos are you going to include on this list? Well, I had to include this one because it seems like it could be some sort of ape-like creature screaming from the woods, so it could be a Bigfoot, and you can't have a list of scary things caught on video in a forest or in the woods without Bigfoot stuff. It's so necessary. I mean, it could be anything, but that doesn't sound like any sort of animal I've ever heard. Some people have made claims that it could be a howler monkey, but the video was taken in Georgia and there ain't no howler monkeys in Georgia, I'll tell you that much. At number 3, we have a man in the woods. If you spend a night in an abandoned hotel in the middle of the woods, there's a good chance that you're going to run into some sort of weird stuff that'll make you want to pee your pants. This was the plan of German YouTubers iBlali. They wanted to do something spooky for their fans. The footage was pretty creepy, and after they uploaded it, their fans found a little Easter egg. I don't know if you guys saw what was lurking in the shadows, but there was a man standing there, and they didn't notice that he was there until after they uploaded the video. Some people saw it and then highlighted it to the YouTubers. So who is this dude and why was he just following them in the woods? At number 2, we have Midnight Terror. So much of what happens in this video is horrifying. It's from the YouTube channel called MindSeeTV, and they decide to go find a bunch of condemned buildings in the middle of the forest in the middle of the night. Let's just go down the list of things that happen. First, someone starts following them as they're walking through the woods. You never see this person, but you can hear them whistling and you can hear their footsteps. Next, they hear this mystery stalker get very close to them, and they actually set up some bell tripwires, and the guy trips over them and they hear the bells ringing. Then they find the building, they go inside, and then they use this device to communicate with ghosts. This whole adventure is just one giant nope for me. I don't want anything to do with this, and I never want to hang out with these guys. Oh my god, they just seem like they attract terror or something. I don't like it. And for the number 1 spot, we have a horror scene. A hiker was walking through the woods. He follows a trail that leads to what seems to be some sort of small campsite set up in the middle of the woods. What he finds is very bizarre, unexplained, and terrifying. On several of the trees surrounding this makeshift campsite in the middle of the woods, it looks like there's signs set up. At first it seems like they could be some sort of wildlife warning, but on closer inspection you find this and it's horrifying.
Look what these fucking are.
On all the trees surrounding this area, there are missing person signs. What the hell is going on here? This looks like the scene out of a horror movie. All of these posters are from people who have actually gone missing and haven't been found. The man recording the video keeps filming a little while longer, and then he hears voices coming, so he hightails it out of there before whoever these people are can find him. Once he gets out of this terror scene, he contacts the police and gave them the GPS location that he got from his phone, and the police go to investigate. This entire scene was connected to a nearby property. They claim that it was all decoration for a Halloween party. It was the beginning of October, so it's possible that the signs were connected to some sort of Halloween party, but it seems like they've been up there for a long time. They all have water damage, some of them have holes in them. It is so creepy and so weird. At number 10, we have Bigfoot. Let's kick off this one with the classic. I don't know how this dude didn't make it onto the first list. I think that's why we needed to do the part 2, because Bigfoot was like, hello, I'm the original scary thing caught on camera in the woods. That's me. How am I not on the top 10 list? Well, ever since the first Granny video was released, we have been on the hunt to find Sasquatch. That must be exhausting for all the Bigfoot out there. He's like, I live in a forest for a reason. Please leave me alone. Sorry, no can do, big guy. We need some of that footage for top 10s. And this guy has been caught on camera again. Let's take a look.
several never-before-seen short video clips of the legendary and very shy creature. The group spent 5 years and $500,000 coming to this conclusion.
This footage was taken by a group of people who have dedicated their lives to proving that Bigfoot is real. Their organization is called Sasquatch Genome Project, and they all share the same hobby that involves a lot of camping. I think that's why I would never do something like that. I would totally help these guys if I didn't have to leave the comfort of my own home. At number 9, we have Take a Seat. So you're driving on a road next to the woods and it's perfectly nice, and everything seems to be normal. No crazy ghost lady sitting in the middle of the road, and then what do you know? You come across a crazy ghost lady sitting in the middle of the road.
So I can see like all the there's just
Okay, that's a bit scary.
Yeah,
That's a bit scary.
that is very scary.
I love the reaction to the whole thing. When they see her, they're like, nope, no thank you, we're just gonna pull the car around in reverse, sorry, we're getting out of here, bye. That's the biggest nope reaction I've seen in a spooky video ever. Most people are like, oh, should we go investigate? What's going on? Let's bring a camera and leave behind all the weapons we could use to protect ourselves. This is how you're supposed to deal with these situations. You see this kind of stuff and you go, no thank you. I would like to live and I'm going to go home and forget what I saw. Keep the blinders on and keep living. No ghost stuff for me. At number 8, we have the most haunted woods in America. You go walking around in a place like that at night and you are just asking for trouble. The YouTuber Paranormal Files Highlight did what most of us would never do and decided to spend a night in the most haunted woods in America, just walking around. It's the Freedom Falls River State Forest, and there are hundreds of rumors about these woods. People talk about bodies being buried all over the woods and satanic rituals taking place there. While walking through these woods, this YouTuber came across this.
That damn noise again, it's like it's following me.
It's a little hard to hear, but I've watched the video enough times to confirm that I can hear the wails in the background, and it goes on for most of the video. It sounds like someone is yelling out in pain. Later he comes across a rundown chimney just sitting in the middle of the woods, and for whatever reason it scares the hell out of him and he just runs out of there faster than Usain Bolt. At number 7, we have Crazy Guy in the Woods. The YouTuber Phil the Thrill was just trying to enjoy some good old-fashioned dirt biking when some psycho stopped him in the middle of a trail.
Whose quad is this? I don't even know. Yo, dude. What's up, dude?
What do you mean, what's up?
What are you doing?
This guy claimed that he owned the property, but there were no signs up and he didn't provide any identification. He just popped out holding a gun and thought that would be a good way to do business with someone. Maybe try talking to people first before you start threatening them with firearms. He wanted Phil's name and address, but he was like, no way dude, you're just a crazy dude in the woods wearing a mask. I'm not gonna tell you where I live. If anyone comes here and starts riding around dirt bikes, you might just end up blaming it on me. So he tells Phil to get off the bike and then starts firing into the woods, just shooting his gun off. Holy crap. After that, Phil runs away and the guy literally rides through the woods trying to hunt down Phil and the other people he was with. Just talk to people first, and if they don't listen, then start shooting at them. It's not the other way around. At number 6, we have Stalker in the Woods. I think the woods are lightning rods for all sorts of crazy people. They just love to be hidden and it increases their ability to creep around. Like this. Let's check out this clip.
What was that?
Whoa! What's this dude doing in the background like that? He's just creeping around the house. Don't do that, dude. It's weird. Apparently this guy's been doing this for a few days, so these brothers decided that they would get some footage of the strange man walking around. I think they should have just thrown water balloons filled with pee at him, and then that would have taught him the lesson. He would never come around again. Get pee thrown at you, it kind of ruins your day. At number 5, we have clowning around. I think if you see someone walking around dressed up as a clown trying to scare people, it should be legal to attack them mob style. Frankly, even if you see clowns just walking around trying to make people happy, I think you should be able to do the same thing. That's just me. I think clowns should be outlawed, but who cares? Two brothers were running through the woods when they came across this dude just strolling around.
Yo, does he have a knife? Yo, Patrick, he has a knife. Dude, what the?
Just your casual clown psycho walking around with a knife over a suspension bridge. You know, really normal behavior, nothing that a dangerous person would do. What he's doing is basically meditation. If you want to up the crazy factor on this video, it was taken at 7:30 in the morning and he's all done up in clown gear. That means this dude got up at 6 a.m. to get ready, drive to the trail, and then started walking around. If you're getting up at 6 a.m. to scare people dressed up as a clown, they should just lock you up, no trial. You're too motivated and you are too crazy. At number 4 we have Yogi Bear. Hey boo boo, you want to go in the woods and see if we can find a runner for some lunch? That's my best Yogi Bear impression. This dude had the biggest scare of his life. This kind of thing makes me never want to go for a run again. Well, I'm also not great at running, so it's probably just me looking for excuses not to go out there. But you have to admit that this is a pretty good excuse.
Holy sh**.
I feel like you can hear him poop his pants as he runs away. He speeds up so fast. That's the kind of speed you want at all times. You want to be hitting that bear about to kill you speed, yet you gotta have the effort, get it in you. Also, you can hear the terror in his voice, which is totally understandable. There is a 1,500-pound beast trying to take you as a snack, and not in the sexy fun version of a snack. He's literally going to eat your bone marrow. At number 3 we have people hate dirt bikes. Alright, let's head over to Russia. They got a lot of woods and people over there that you don't want to mess around with. Every time I see a video from Russia, it involves violence and some strange music that I've never heard before, but it slaps pretty hard. Well, the guy in our next clip was riding through the woods on a dirt bike when some dude walks out with an axe. This guy is even crazier than the other guy because he doesn't even own the land or anything. He's just pissed off because the dirt bike is damaging the trails and destroying mushrooms. This guy's ready to kill someone over mushrooms. They're arguing and then this goes down.
Mam ci rozjebać łeb? Ci kurwa zajebie, kurwa, zobacz.
The guy tries to strangle him to death. Just so you know, the dirt biker overpowers him and then pins the crazy guy to the ground. He tells him to calm down and then he lets him get up, and then the crazy guy starts attacking him again with a stick, but the dirt biker gets away in one of the funniest escapes I have ever seen. He kicked him over. Classic. At number 2 we have albino Bigfoot. Who knew there was something that was even more rare than the original Bigfoot? This guy must be worth more than all the gold Walt Disney was buried with. Also, some of you at home might be like, isn't albino Bigfoot just a Yeti? Well, apparently not. I'm not super educated on the inner workings of Bigfoot lifestyle, but from the research I've done, these two seem like very different creatures. And I know we've had Bigfoot on this list already, but this is different footage and it actually scared the hell out of me, so I wanted you guys to watch it so you could have the same experience. Now, who knows, this might be fake. I mean, all the Bigfoot footage that we have seen might be fake, but this one is terrifying. It has some creepy sunken eyes, and at first I thought it was some mummy or some sort of undead creature, and it moves so fast. That's part of why I think it might be real. The part that makes me think it's not real is how chill this guy's reaction is. He's just like, oh, what was that? He's not praying to God that the thing doesn't smash through the branches and rip him to pieces. And for our number 1 spot, we have Swamp Lizard Thing. Okay, this last one was filmed during some night fishing. Right when you think everything is going normal and there's nothing to be worried about, you see something like this.
What do you think that was? What was it? Do you see it where? Whoa. Holy crap.
What is that? I have no idea, but it made all the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Later in the video, the thing turns to the camera and you can see it sort of posture up, like it's saying, don't follow me or I'll eat your whole family and then your kids and then all the people you ever known in your whole life and I'll chew your bones. That's what it looks like. I don't know what this thing is, but I hope that I never ever see it in my life. It's gross and it makes me feel bad in my tum-tum. At number 10, we have Mom and the Kids. I don't know about you guys, but if I see some bears walking around in the woods, I'm not going to stop to take a video. I'm going to be running in the other direction and tripping anyone I pass so they end up barefoot and I don't. That's what you call survival of the fittest, especially if you see a mama bear with her cubs, because outside of males during mating season, this is when bears can be at their most dangerous. This guy in the video seems like he cares more about catching this shot, which does have 3 million views, instead of his own safety.
I'm walking backwards on the trail back to the camp. I'm walking down the trail
This is way too close for comfort. That bear is like 15 feet away, and he's so close to becoming a chew toy by one of the largest land predators. That's a good way to end up a news article about a man who was mauled to death. Although the video did get 3 million views, as I mentioned before, I can see that as kind of a good trade-off, which brings up the question, how many views are you willing to risk your life for? I would say no less than 10 million and an appearance on Ellen. At number 9, we have Mystery Creeper. It doesn't matter if you're in the middle of the day or in the deep darkness of night. If there's something in the woods that will find you and try to ruin your picnic that you've planned for your partner. You thought ants were bad for a picnic, try a creepy creature that was caught on a shaky camera. There isn't enough bug spray that would fix this mood killer. Now the two people in our next clip weren't having a cute little picnic, they were just going for a walk through the woods, but they did see something lurking around and following them. I mean, the camera work is so shaky that the cameraman should shoot one of the next Safdie brother movies. Those shots that those guys use give me so much anxiety, but that's like the point of the movie, I guess. Anyways, back on topic. These guys seem to be legitimately scared of whatever is creeping in the woods and watching them. After they try to capture this unknown thing on camera, they hightail it out of there into the woods and run for safety. At number 8, we have Breathing Woods. I just want you guys to check out this video so you can freak out like I did when I first watched this clip. Let's see what's going on. This looks like the end of the world as we know it. It looks like the earth finally is self-aware and is going to start to destroy all of us because we've been polluting for too long. But I'm happy to let you know that this is not the end of the world yet. This happens from deforestation. With less trees in the area, the wind has more contact with smaller trees that move and bend, the wind pulling up their roots to make it look like the ground is breathing. At number 7, we have, is that a hyena? Strange noises coming from the deep dark forest has been a recurring theme on these lists of scary things caught on camera in the woods. So I thought we should keep the tradition going by showing you a cackle coming from the woods that sounds so sinister it makes me never want to go camping again. Jesus, that is not the sound you want to hear in the middle of the night. It sounds like a clown crossed with a hyena from The Lion King. Anything that is making that noise in the middle of the night should not be approached. Now there is a chance that it is something harmless, like a weird bird, or maybe it's something scary but not supernatural, like a wolf. But no matter what it is, I don't want to look at it. Finding out what kind of creature makes that horrifying noise isn't worth it for me. At number 6, we have Ghost in the Woods. This is why I keep telling you guys to bring your cameras with you when you go walking around in the woods. There's a chance you'll see something terrifying, and then it will give me more stuff to put onto the channel. This guy was walking down a trail next to the Stansted airport when he caught this on camera. I'm a little bit speculative on whether or not this one is real. I threw it on the list because at first glance the video did scare the hell out of me, and there is a backstory to this ghost sighting. Apparently a young boy died getting hit by a train next to this trail, and the ghost still haunts the area. But after watching it a few times, I noticed that the ghost kind of keeps the same position, like his arms stay in the same place as he floats around, so it kind of makes it look staged. But I just wanted to throw it on here so we could see what you guys think. Please let me know if you think this one is real in the comments. 5, we have the black-haired woman. A drone was flying over a large forested area to capture some footage of the landscape when they found this. Who is that just hanging in the forest? She looks like she was pulled right out of The Grudge. The guy controlling the drone doesn't get close enough, and I understand why. You don't want to risk losing your expensive drone to what could be a crazy person, but part of me wishes that he went in for a closer look so I could really see who this person was. At number 4, we have dog cam. When you hear the word dog cam, you think that it's going to be a super cut of shots of dogs eating snacks, then napping, and then maybe licking its own bum or something like that. And then it would go back to napping. But the last thing you think you would be seeing is a mythical creature caught on camera. This dog was bolting through the woods when it comes across what looks like a giant Bigfoot just strolling around. Now I'm kind of split on this one. I don't know if this one is real or stage. On one hand, I think if anything was able to get close to a Bigfoot, it would be a dog. Like, they're both animals, and the Bigfoot might be smart enough to know that this guy isn't gonna spill the beans. He'd be like, hey, we just saw each other, you can't say anything, you're a dog, it's all cool. Also, if dogs could talk, I don't think they would ever snitch. They seem very loyal. But at the same time, I think a dog would be able to smell a Bigfoot, and it would know to keep away from it. I assume a Bigfoot has a very strong smell. But to counter my own point, maybe the smell is what attracted the dog to the beast in the first place. At number 3, we have the San Jose alien. Photos are still capturing things on camera, so for this one, I have a picture, and it's just as creepy as anything filmed. Back in 2016, after San Jose had a record high of UFO sightings, there was a strange creature that was found in the grass that looks like it might have fallen right out of a spaceship. Gianna Peponas found this thing just sitting in the woods. She wrote that she heard a scream coming from the side of her house, and then she went to find this thing laying in the grass. Right away, everyone on the internet was calling this thing an alien, but I have a different theory. It's not an alien, but an alien experiment. The aliens came to Earth, got some samples, did some experiments, made a little creature thing, and then they were like, ew, this thing sucks, and they dumped it out of the poop chute of their spaceship, and then they flew off into space. I'm no science man, but I think I'm right. At number 2, we have an old witch. We're heading over to Russia to find one of the most unsettling videos I have ever seen on this channel. This guy was driving down a dark trail through the woods at night when he came across this. The whole video is in Russian, so I can't understand him, but it seems like he is terrified. He keeps backing up, and this strange woman just keeps slowly walking towards the car, but they're in the middle of nowhere, so how did this lady get out there? At number 1, we have Forest Stalker. I snagged this one off the YouTube channel Sweet Dreams. It's a couple of young explorers going to check out the North Georgia woods. These dudes probably thought they were gonna see some bugs, maybe a raccoon or two. The scariest thing they probably thought they might come across is a skunk with its tail lifted, ready to shoot some stink at them, but the last thing they expected was to see this.
What is that? Dude, what is that?
That's why you don't go looking around in the woods at night, because there might be a big scary monster in there. Now this video might be fake, who knows? The creature looks sort of humanoid, so it might have been one of their friends that got dressed up so they could make the video to scare all of us at home. Or there's a humanoid creature in the North Georgia woods and it wants to kill anyone who gets close to it. I'm gonna take the safe route and never leave my apartment again.